So today we're talking about 5 more pieces of camera equipment that you can get for under 50 bucks. Again, we're trying to start this kind of series similar to what Random Frank P does with tech, but specifically focusing on camera equipment, and this is episode 2. So if you enjoy this video, let me know by hitting the subscribe button, doing all the YouTube stuff, but let's just get straight into it. Alright, so I'm trying to come up with a little bit of a policy around whenever I purchase equipment versus whether I'm sent equipment. So here's what we're going to do. In today's video, I have 5 pieces of equipment. 4 of them I purchased with my own money, and 1 of them I was sent. That one that I was sent, I'm going to do a giveaway. So each month, if I am sent a product, one of you guys is going to receive those in a giveaway, and we'll do those on our live streams, which we do every Friday. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell so that you can see when that goes live, and we'll do it once a month. So on Friday, the 11th of July is when we're going to be doing our next giveaway. And what we're going to be giving away is one of these, and these are little battery chargers. Now there are 2 sets here, both of them are under 50 bucks at the moment, and there's a 2-bay charger and a 3-bay charger. But the thing I love about these is the aesthetics. Look at this, it looks so nice, and it'll sit on the desk really well. The inside the box, it's very, very simple. You get a tiny little piece of documentation, you get the battery charger itself, and you get a tiny little accessories pouch which has a USB-C cable in it. It's just USB-C to USB-C. And that's all you get. Now, you don't get batteries with this, so you have to have your own batteries. And this one specifically is designed for the Sony Z100 batteries. So if you want to find a nice looking little battery charger that will sit well on your desk, look nice, gives you all the percentages down here at the bottom of the screen so you can see how your battery charge is doing. One of the things I love about this is just how nicely and snugly these little batteries fit in here. It just feels really nice. It just feels good. It sits on the desk well. It is powered over USB-C. The only thing is I do wish this had like a battery bank built inside, so you could take it with you and it would charge as you go. But obviously at the price point that it's at, you can't ask for a whole lot. So this thing is pretty cool. So I'm going to hold on to the 2-bay charger here, but they also sent me a 3-bay charger, which one of you guys is going to be receiving. So this one can take up to 30 watt fast charging and send all of that to all 3 batteries. And I have to say, it is kind of hard to find battery chargers that look as nice as this. Again, this will just fit really well on your desk. Most of the time you get stuff like this, and you just it's piece of cheap plastic, and then the battery kind of just sits in there and it sits on the desk and it's kind of ugly and it's a bit annoying. So I have to say, this is really cool. This is going to be sitting on my desk from here onwards, and always just whenever your desk looks good, it just kind of makes you motivated. That's kind of my feeling. Also, this thing feels good. It feels like it feels and looks like an Apple product. I don't know if that means anything to you, but if you kind of like that kind of aesthetic, then this will pair up really, really well. And it works. It is a battery charger. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, I understand, but it'll charge up your batteries just fine. Now, battery chargers are all well and good, right? But you do need batteries in them, and maybe you don't even like having a battery charger. Well, I've got an alternative for you. These are batteries by SmallRig. These are ones that I've picked up. I've started picking them up for all of my cameras. And the thing that I love about these is, yes, you can use them by just sticking them in a charger bay. Just like every other battery, you can stick it in a charger bay, and you can stick them in this if you buy the ones for Sony. Or if you're on the go and you've forgotten your charger, well, it just takes a little USB-C port right there. And it works great. So you can actually charge these batteries directly over USB-C. So if you don't want to use a charger block, you can actually just throw these in your bag, grab like a multi-USB-C cable, and you're good to go. And they make them for loads of different kinds. So here I have this one. This is for my Lumix cameras. The one that is for Sony is currently inside my camera. And then I just picked up another one. This is for Fujifilm. So this is for my my new Fujifilm X-M5. Yeah, they come in a couple of colors. Most of them, most of the ones that I've seen are orange. I think they also do green and potentially black, but you can double check on the Amazon links. Everything is linked below. Obviously, those are affiliate links. That allows me to do all of this and continue to make these videos. Now, the third thing on this list is this. This might not look like much, but this tiny little piece of plastic here is a magnet. And what you do with this is you attach it onto your camera. So if I take my little Lumix S9 here, you've got the little eye hole here, or the little camera strap piece. So you just connect that through the camera strap, lock it in, and then you've got this tiny little black piece on the end here. So just very simply, just looks like that, right? Really small. And then you get a little wrist strap. And the thing I love about this is just how small and light this is. And all you have to do is take your little latch and you're locked in. Just like that. It's that easy. I've used this for about 2 years now, and it has never failed on me. It's never come off. It seems like it should just fall out, but it doesn't. It just works so well. I've picked up one for every time I buy a new camera, I get another one because I really like having them on all of my cameras. And I love magnets. Magnets are just cool. So this is just a really nice way of being able to hold onto your camera without having to have a giant neck strap. But also, if you don't want to have it attached, if you don't want to have the wrist strap on, then this little dangly piece is really small and non-obtrusive. So even if you're holding the camera, like, you barely notice notice that it's there, which I really like. So it kind of gives you a little bit more options. So nice and simple, super cool little wrist strap. I actually really like the way the strap actually looks. It's kind of got this sort of leather-ish kind of feel to it, and it's grey. It's cool, I like it. So if you've been looking for a little strap, I do recommend this one. This has been my favorite for the last couple of years. And magnets are just cool. Everything should be magnets. All right, third on this list is this. This is one of my favorite things ever. This is Atmosphere aerosol spray. So if you've ever watched like music videos, or you've seen like interviews where like the light is catching and you're getting these big beams of cool like God rays and light or anything like that, that is because there is haze or atmosphere in the room. Now a hazer is actually pretty expensive. You can get little handheld hazers. They're about $200 a piece, and then you can get industrial hazers, which can be anywhere from $300 or $400 up to $5 to $10 grand, depending on what it is that you're wanting to get. If you're just trying to fill a little room, you're trying to get a cool little shot to look a little bit more interesting, these are fantastic because it's literally just haze in a can. And all you gotta do is, you know, take the lid off and you can just spray it in your room. You really don't need a whole lot. And immediately it kind of changes the look of the whole shot whenever you add a little bit of haze. The room becomes hazier, but also it kind of raises up the black level, right? So it just makes it look a little less contrasty and a little bit more interesting. So you can kind of, it just does a lot to the room. So if you take a shot like this, there's a cool little kind of interview shot or a podcast shot. It looks nice as it is, but if you throw a little bit of haze in the background, it really does make a big difference. Just especially if you have like lights in the room where it's able to kind of catch that light, I think it makes a really big difference to your shot. And if you don't want to dish out hundreds of dollars for a hazer and you just need it for like one shoot and you're not sure if you want to really invest in haze, then this is a really good little place to start. You can get a 2-pack, so you get 2 of these for like $35, which is really not a whole lot. They last quite a long time. Obviously, they're not infinite. And you probably shouldn't try to use this to like fill a warehouse, okay? This is not a replacement for like an industrial sized hazer, but they're very, very handy. So especially if you've been wanting to try haze, but you don't want to spend the hundreds of dollars that you might need to spend to get a proper haze machine, give these a go. And if you like it and you think it's something that you'll use, then you can go ahead and invest in a good hazer. And number 5 on this list, I'm really excited about this. This is a light by Neewer. So it's a tube light, which you've seen before. There's hundreds of tube lights out there. I've got one right here doing this. The cool thing about this one is actually inflatable. So this is the light. It's literally like a flimsy piece of plastic. It's obviously got the light strip inside there, and then it has this right here. This is a little hole that you can use to fill it up. It comes with one of these little like blowers, so you can use this to fill up the whole thing, which will take absolutely forever. So if you don't mind germs, then you can just do that. And now you have this really cool big inflatable light. On the back here, you've got a whole bunch of controls, so you can use this to sort of change all the controls on it. It's one which is just like different color temperatures, and it goes from 2700 Kelvin all the way up to 6500 Kelvin. It's got this really nice little screen on the back that you can use to dial it in. It's super, super simple. You can increase the brightness all the way up to 100%, down from 1% in 1% increments, which is quite nice. It's getting very bright. There's it at 100%. It is very bright, which is pretty cool. And again, you can change the color temperature. So it's currently at 65 and we'll go all the way down to 2700. So you can use this for whatever you want it to be. One of the things that I like to use this for is just as a hair light or as an accent light. So let's put it down to like, that's it at 20%. And I could have it set outside the frame to give me a nice sort of hair light. So if we go back to this shot here, you know, we got this, it's nice lighting. It looks good. You got that haze in there. But if we take this light and we take it just outside of the frame, we can give a really cool little hair light and just sort of adds a little bit of dimension to the shot. Now, another thing I love about this is that this whole backside, this whole edge along here is covered with little magnets. So it comes with a little attachment here, which that takes a little 1/4-20 mount with area locating pins. So you can stick this on a magic arm and clamp it on somewhere, or you could even put it on top of your camera if you wanted to. And it's got these really strong magnets. So whenever you hold it close, now you can just have this attached to the light and mount it wherever you want. Or what you can do is you can just take the whole light with the magnets on it, and you could just like slap it onto your fridge, slap it onto a shelf, whatever you want to, and it'll just stick there. And it's really, really nice. The thing I love about this is how portable this is. Now it does charge over USB-C, which is behind this little cap here. This little cap certainly makes it seem like this is like for waterproof protection. I couldn't find anywhere on the Amazon listing to say that it is waterproof. It seems like it is, but that's not good enough for me to tell you that it is waterproof. So, you know, deal with it in the outdoors or with the water at your own risk. But it does have that, and you can charge it over USB-C, and it works great. Now, the other nice thing about this big front piece is this plastic material is very frosted, so it actually gives a pretty well diffused light, which if you're wanting to try and get nice soft light, diffusion is what you want. Diffused light is the best light. For example, at the moment I'm using a giant big reflector in front of me with an umbrella attached, and it just gives a really nice soft light. But what I can do is I could go ahead and I'll use this to try and replace my key light, just so you can kind of see what it might look like as a key light. So this is kind of what it looks like as a key light. Obviously it is nowhere near as soft as the umbrella, but it's not bad. You know, it's not bad if this is all you have for 48 bucks. And on Amazon it has a 20% off coupon, so that brings it down to what, 40 bucks? I think it's pretty good. It's not obviously as nice as my umbrella that I was using before, but it is relatively soft. So this is it at 15%. Just 15, so it gets pretty bright. Obviously all the parts that we're talking about, they're all gonna be listed down below if you'd like to check those out. That really helps out the channel, so I appreciate that. And lastly, don't forget that if you want to be in on the giveaway for the battery charger, then come and join us on our Friday live streams. I'll be hopefully trying to do one this Friday. I know it's July 4th, but we'll do the giveaway on July 11th. So there's my list of 5 pieces of camera equipment for the month of July, under 50 bucks. If you've enjoyed the video, let me know by hitting the like button, drop a comment down below, or maybe even subscribe as we continue to build this channel. I appreciate all of you for doing so, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.